Okay, yes, hi guys, very good evening everyone, welcome to the session. Very good evening everyone, just welcome to the session, just a second. Yes guys, yeah. So sorry for a slight delay. There was some technical issue which happened at the end moment, and that is why I'm able to start the session late. But okay, now, yes, there was some camera issues. I managed with some secondary camera, but now it's okay, and let's get started here. Okay, let us get started. Let us get moving ahead here. Right, very good evening everyone. So HPCL notification, as you know, was out long time back only. So those who have planned to prepare for it, or those who are still in dilemma, and then you can decide based on the exam pattern syllabus whether you can conquer or not, because by this time most of you actually must have filled the form, because last date is 30th of June. If not, yes, you still have another one day. Okay, for freshers, the last day to fill up the HPCL 2025 form is the 30th of June. Okay, it was extended till 30th of June. Okay, so as the thumbnail itself suggests, what all we are going to talk in this particular session is the selection process, the exam pattern, the syllabus, the previous year cutoff, the previous year papers, the preparation strategy. All of these things we are going to talk in this particular session. Okay, many of your concerns about the previous year papers, how do you get it, the previous year cutoff, okay, and all those things. So let's talk about each and everything, right? So yeah, let's get moving ahead. Okay, Balaji Vishwanathan, you have completed EC syllabus and good rank. Now, which exam you are referring to? Rank in which exam, Balaji Vishwanathan? Okay, so just started preparing syllabus. For which exam, Latha, you are also talking about? Is this about HPCL you are talking, or is this about GATE you are talking? So guys, let's get moving ahead. Let's get started. You can just confirm me. Let me also check whether the audio video.
Okay, Balaji Vishwanathan, you have completed EC syllabus.
Yeah, so audio video everything looks good only. Yeah, let's get started guys. Okay, so the first thing is, okay, the basic details you must know about the examination, the recruitment, before you are really motivated to prepare for it, is the pay and allowances, because that is one of the primary things students look into. Okay, so of course HPCL is a well-known PSU recruiting every time, and now it is recruiting through separate exam only for the past few years. Okay, so the for the regular engineers, okay, for the BTech degree holders, they offer the post of probationary engineer. They also call it as engineer, starting at the E2 level. Okay, the pay scale being 50,000 to 1,60,000, and CTC. Okay, that is just the basic pay, but the CTC, the cost to company, is 17.72 lakhs. So that's really fancy, the CTC of 17 lakhs in a PSU. Of course, if you complete your MTech and you target VLSI companies, you may get more CTC. But for those who don't want to immediately go for masters and want to look a PSU job, okay, this is really a fancy CTC, considering a PSU work culture also, where the job security is almost like the government sector. So that's a plus point. Okay, and as I mentioned, the basic pay scale is in the pay scale is in the range 50,000 to 1,60,000, and over and above that, okay, there are several benefits that you get. Okay, that is the basic pay that you get here is mostly like your savings only, because the HRA, the DNS allowance, the travel allowance, the medical facility for you and for your dependents, insurance facilities, everything is being taken care by the company. That's what you can say. Okay, so it's a very good career to start with for engineering aspirants, I can say. Okay, and it is without GATE. It's a separate examination, and this session is all about that examination only. What is the pattern, how you are going to prepare for it, and etc. Okay, yeah guys, so let me continue, and if you have any more doubts, especially regarding other exams, you can ask me at the end of the session. Okay, so vacancies. So electrical engineers, the vacancies is 35. Okay, I will also compare the vacancies with the last 2 years, but we'll do it after some time, like 2023 how many vacancies and cutoff, 2024 how many vacancies and cutoff. Okay, but for this year, the number of vacancies electrical is 35, which is decent. which is a decent number of vacancies. For civil it is 16, and for mechanical always in HPCL more number of vacancies will come. It is 98 this year. Okay, and the educational qualification, you know, is 4 years full-time engineering degree. Okay, like if you are applying for electrical, a 4-year full-time regular degree in electrical or related branches, correct? Okay, there are also some vacancies in case if any diploma holder, okay, is also watching this video. So they have also floated the vacancies of JE, Junior Executive for Civil, Mechanical and Quality Control. Okay, the number of vacancies I have mentioned here. Okay, this is with respect to those who have taken the 3 years full year diploma course. Okay. Now, let's talk about the selection process for the engineer post. Okay, where for engineer post, where I mentioned you the post for electrical 35, for civil it is 16, for mechanical it is 98. The selection process is important so that we can strategize our preparation. Okay, before you strategize, you must be clear about, you know, what the selection process is. Okay, so it's going to comprise of a computer based test, that is the first step. Okay, then okay, a group task or personal interview, or sometimes see they don't really are being honest about group task and personal interview. And what I have discussed with the students of the previous year, that, you know, they may take group task and personal interview both. Okay, or they may only take personal interview also sometimes. Okay, but yeah, be ready, there can be a group task and personal interview, but that is again the secondary stage. First is qualifying in the computer based test, so that you are shortlisted for the next stage, where there may be group task or personal interview, correct? That is the foremost thing. That is the first and foremost thing. So let's talk about this computer based test first. Okay, what are the details of this computer based test? What are the details of this computer based test? Okay, the exam pattern, basically what I mean is the exam pattern. Okay, so if I want to talk about the exam pattern here, there is going to be 170 MCQs. Yes, huge number of MCQs, rather, if I say in a single paper. Okay, especially if you compare to paper like GATE has only 65 MCQs, but the level, the differentiation is very clear. Okay, out of 170 MCQs, straight away 50% is technical, only 50% technical, and rest 50% is aptitude. Yes, so 85 MCQs will be for technical, 85 MCQs will be for general aptitude. General aptitude is like having a very big weightage. GATE, it has 15% weightage. Okay, but in, you know, in HPCL, in ISRO also it has 20% weightage, but here it is having 50% weightage, 85 MCQs. Okay, there is definitely negative marking 1/4, that is 0.25, because all questions are of 1 mark, so 1/4 is 0.25. So for every incorrect answer, 0.25. If you don't attempt, of course you don't get any marks. If you mark it correct, you get +1. Okay, you get +1. Okay, and duration is 150 minutes. Now 150 minutes, 170 questions, that clearly means not even 1 minute per question, not even 1 minute per question. Okay, so that itself speaks about the level of the paper. I'll also elaborate and talk about the level of the examination. Okay, so yeah, you know, if I talk about some basic you know, qualifying criteria, okay, in the computer based test, okay, in the computer based test, you should minimum score 60%, combining the total 170 questions, like the general aptitude 85 questions plus the 85 questions of technical, that makes 170 questions. You should minimum score 60%. So it's very clear, 60% is how much? 102 marks. 60% of 170 is 102 marks. So minimum 102 marks. Okay, what does it mean is, if I told you 35 vacancies in electrical, okay, and you know, and of course they will call more candidates for interview. Okay, so you know, let's suppose they want to call 200 candidates for interview, but if 200 candidates do not get 102 marks, only 100 students get 102 marks, only those 100 students will be called off. Okay, so you know, if you don't get 102 marks, you don't even are considered for the next stage. So that is 60%, and that is for unreserved category or EWS category, unreserved and EWS. For ST, OBC, okay, and PWBD categories, it is 54%. Some basic 10% relaxation they have kept. Okay, also there is 50% qualifying in technical also. Okay, so it's not like you keep on scoring in aptitude and you don't bother about technical. No. Okay, 60% overall and 50% in technical. That is what is the qualifying criteria. Okay, but let me tell you, in HPCL, if you thoroughly study your technical, it is easier to score in technical than in aptitude. Because aptitude is not difficult, but little time taking. It's not tick mark question aptitude. You will have to spend time. But in technical, if you have thoroughly just read your notes also, most of the questions are tick mark question. Some questions will have basic fundamental calculation, but most of the questions are tick mark questions. So in a paper like HPCL, it is easier and, you know, quite easier to score in technical as compared to aptitude. Okay, hope that point is clear to you. Okay, next. Okay, now the syllabus of the computer based test, aptitude and technical. I will talk about the syllabus of both. Okay, talk syllabus of both. Okay, all right. It will be electrical only, Dalwai, in group task. Okay. Now next, okay, if I talk about syllabus, have a look into the syllabus of aptitude first of all. Have a look into the syllabus of aptitude. So some basic idea they have given about the aptitude syllabus. Intellectual potential test, that is basically logical reasoning and data interpretation. Okay, next is quantitative aptitude and next is English. It's like more or less complete. The aptitude itself contains these 3 or 4 major branches. Okay, the English, the quantitative aptitude, okay, the intellectual potential, that is a logical reasoning and data interpretation. These are the different parts, okay, that will be expected in the aptitude. Okay, so even though, as I told you, it will be easier to score in technical rather in aptitude. English again will be easier in nature, but again some questions in English they put up of reading comprehension, that is time consuming. Okay, so all those questions should be put at the end. Honestly, if your English is good, okay, except the reading comprehension, the basic, reasoning question out of English, critical reasoning question I would say, or the basic vocab based or grammar based questions are very easy, you can attempt easily. But if you think your English is not that smart, okay, you can, discard it and you can still easily score through the other parts like quant, DI and logical reasoning. Okay, that's what I would suggest for the general aptitude. Coming to the technical, there are only 6 subjects in electrical engineering syllabus. So I have mentioned here the electrical engineering syllabus here, and there are 6 subjects. It's not the complete gate syllabus also. Okay, and it is majorly core syllabus. It's majorly core syllabus. If you see electric circuits, okay, that is network theory, electrical machines, power system, power electronics, measurements, electrical and electronic measurements, and electromagnetic fields. And the electromagnetic fields. Got it here? So it's majorly your core area. Okay, EMF also up to the gate syllabus, the electrical EMF syllabus, not the electronics EMF syllabus. On EMF they have to include because EMF is very important for electrical aspirants, especially in the subjects like machines and etc. Right? Okay. So basically, and circuits is fundamental for electrical electronics. You should know the basic fundamentals of electric circuits, the network theorems and etc. Correct, dear? Okay, so that is what only a very concise syllabus, of electrical engineering they have mentioned, right? Okay, so now because there's a very concise syllabus, what is the preparation strategy? I'll give you the basic tips for aptitude as well as the course for the technical. So okay, let me start with the electrical engineering. Okay, what I suggest you basically for this examination, okay, see, exam date they have not yet announced. I think some of the student was asking also. Okay, exam date they have not announced. Okay, maths one was asking about exam date. They have not announced, but be sure it's not going to happen before September. 30th June itself is the last date. So nowhere in July, August, it's not expected. September or beyond only. Okay, so these are unpredictable. Okay, September also it can be expected. It can even go up to November. Okay, like last year it went on up to November also. Okay, but be ready, you have at least 2 months, some 60 to 70 days of time you have, and that is enough for a basic revision. Okay. Whether you have prepared for GATE or whether you have prepared for an exam like AE, okay, you have your notes, just revise it. Just revise and do the PYQs. Which PYQs? HPCL PYQs and GATE 1 mark PYQs. That's it. No more further effort is required for this examination. Don't even go for engineering services PYQs. Don't even go for GATE 2 mark PYQs. I'm talking about technical first, okay? So if you do this much, okay, if you do just the HPCL PYQs and GATE 1 mark PYQs, I don't think you should do more. Rather, try to focus more on your notes revision, because I'm telling you in technical is easier to score in HPCL rather than aptitude. So if your notes is thorough and if you're able to recall the correct things on the exam day, okay, most of the questions are tick mark. You don't even know, for most of the questions you don't need to solve PYQs. But just as additional practice, I'm telling you that simple the technical paper will be. Okay, so that is why the fundamental thing important here will be the notes revision. If you are very thorough with your notes, okay, you can crack. Okay, you can mostly solve the questions. But yeah, some questions I told you will be numerical and calculative, especially from the subject like circuits and all. They will give some, of course, some networks or basic KVL, KCL, some calculation required. So for that, just to have a feel, see why I'm telling PYQs for 2 reasons, of course. Number 1, practice, and number 2, especially that HPCL PYQs will give you a clear-cut idea. Okay, will clear-cut idea. I'm telling you it's easier. So why it is easier? You can, once you solve the PYQs, you will clearly get the idea in front of you. Correct? Okay, now if I talk about the preparation strategy for general aptitude, I'm talking about both, because 50% weightage is heavy for aptitude also. So for aptitude also, from wherever you have studied aptitude, whether you have studied for GATE, whether you have studied for AE, that much enough, revise your notes. okay, and solve PYQs. Of course, aptitude means it is more about problem practice. So revise your notes so that you recall the basic techniques and basic fundamental formulas. That's it. Okay, and go for PYQs. HPCL PYQs and GATE all PYQs. So for aptitude, I don't specify GATE 1 mark because I'm telling you aptitude is like more or less a decent level. It's not that easy. It's not difficult also, but it's not like a tick mark also. So that is why I'm telling you HPCL PYQs, okay, as well as GATE PYQs. First target, first I've written HPCL means first priority HPCL. See, even if you take last 3 years HPCL PYQs and you solve 85 questions of aptitude, okay, 85 into 3 itself is 255 questions. That itself is a good practice. So first target HPCL PYQs and then go for GATE PYQs. Okay, that is straight suggestion. First HPCL, then GATE. Even for technical, I suggest the same. First HPCL PYQs, okay, and then GATE 1 mark. For technical, I suggest only GATE 1 mark enough. No need to go for GATE 2 marks. It's like almost killing the time for a preparation exam, for preparing an exam like HPCL. But for aptitude, you can go for GATE all PYQs 1 and 2 mark. Okay, 10 to 15 years. Okay, so if you go 15 years, okay, at least some 10 years you can take. That is the basic target. If you get more time, then you can go up to 15 years. Now for aptitude as well as technical, this much is totally enough. I clearly repeat, okay, this much is totally enough. You don't need to really go beyond this. You don't need to really go beyond this. So you will be able to, decently score in the examination by this much, correct? By this much, right? All right. So yeah, that is what it is. Now let's take the next area. Okay, that is the previous year paper. So see, in both the cases I have mentioned, okay, whether it is the general aptitude part or whether it is the electrical engineering syllabus, the technical syllabus, I have mentioned both the places. It is important to take up HPCL PYQs. Okay, so do you get HPCL papers? Yes, easily. Google it up, you will get. Okay, Google it up, you will get. Okay, or I'll share it and just in 1 or 2 days I will share the HPCL papers in my Telegram group as well. It's very easy to find on Google, or else I will share it in the Telegram group. Okay, so that paper you will contain. You will have the technical syllabus also. You will have that the aptitude questions also. You can easily solve. So easily available. It is nothing like hidden. It's easily available. Okay, so that's why I'm suggesting you to solve it. Okay, that's why I'm suggesting you to solve it. Okay, now cutoffs. Important thing is cutoffs. Okay, if you are bothered about cutoffs, okay, out of 170, because it's a limited time examination, let me make it recall and simple for you. 170 questions in only 150 minutes, not even 1 minute per question. But I'm telling you, most of the questions of technical, majority are like tick mark questions, provided you are able to revise and recall your notes correctly. Okay, right? So previous year cutoff, let's talk about the trend. 2023, with the number of vacancies I am writing. 2023, the number of vacancies in electrical were very less, 16, only 16, and the cutoff was 103. Okay, for general category. For EWS it was 102 approximately, I am telling. For OBC it is 101, for SC it was 92. ST I could not get the data. Okay, if you are by chance a civil or mechanical engineering aspirant, you can also look into your respective data. Okay, you can also look into your respective data. You can take the, you can clearly take the snapshot of this slide. What else I can say? You can easily take the snapshot of this particular slide. Okay. Now 2024 electrical 43 vacancies increased. Okay, cutoff remained to be similar. See, cutoff is more or less, I won't say similar. Cutoff is 102. What does it suggest? Okay, cutoff could have gone low because vacancies improved. Cutoff could have gone low, but they have mentioned that 60% rule. Because of that 60%, okay, for general and EWS there was a 60% rule that below 60% you won't be considered qualified. Okay, so maybe some aspirants secured some 100 marks, 98 marks, 97 marks, but they were not considered, okay, for selection. Why? Because minimum 60% is required. Minimum 60%, and 60% of 170 is 102. Okay, so now that clearly suggests that in 2025, number of vacancies in 2025 in electrical 35. Okay, yeah, if you are civil or mechanical aspirants and if you want to have a look into your data, see, civil cutoff is high. Why? Number of vacancies are very less. Okay, so of course the cutoff will be on higher side. Only few candidates are to be selected. Okay, so that is why it is around 130 for civil. Okay, so this data I have gathered, done some homework and gathered this particular data. Okay, this is also important for you to know. Okay, so now 2025, coming to electrical engineering, dear, 35 vacancies, almost similar to previous year. Okay, so cutoff is around 102, 105. That is what you can expect. Okay, but on a safer side, you target to score 110. If you are a general or EWS aspirant, okay, on a safer side, okay, you target, like it was 103. Okay, but that is, you know, with 16 vacancies. Of course, with more vacancies, it will be low only. Okay, so mostly 102. You know, if that 60% criteria was not there, I could have easily said that cutoff can be around 95 to 100 also. But the cutoff will not go below 102. Okay, because of that 60% thing. So what I'm trying to tell you, dear, what I'm trying to tell you, on a safer side, let's say, you know, somehow for some reasons paper went so easy and the cutoff went high. Okay, 110 is a very safe score, very safe score. But although 102 itself is safe, if you are able to cross that 60% marks, what you have to score is 60%. Okay, and in an easy paper, it's not a difficult paper. Scoring 60% in GATE is still challenging, but scoring 60% in HPCL is not challenging. But remember, you have to at least score 50% in technical also. Okay, so, you know, out of 85 technical questions, you have to get at least 43 questions correct. Okay, and of course, you know, you have to get at least 42.5 marks, rather I should say. You know, if you do 43 questions correct and if you do some negatives also, then that is of no use, na? Correct. So that is what I want to say here, that, you know, your primary target, see, again and again I am repeating, if you are thorough with your notes, you will primarily score more from technical, trust me. Okay, because aptitude will be easy but time taking. It will involve some calculation somehow. They will not put it very tick mark question, but in technical you will find a lot of tick mark questions. So for that reason I am telling you, okay, try to maximize your marks from technical. Okay, like out of 85 you can, you know, target some easily, you can target if your notes properly revised, GATE 1 mark question solved, HPCL PYQ solved from technical, out of 85 you can target 60 marks. 60 marks, I am telling you, with positive and negative balanced, 60. This you can easily target. That's what I believe. Okay, and then again some, you know, 60 to 70 you can target from aptitude as well. Okay, so that's how you know, you can work out here. That's how you can work out here. Okay, so yeah, 102 is safe, but I'm still telling you that 110, if you keep a target, you're 100%, 110% in the safe zone. Okay, in the safe zone. Okay, so I've shown you both the year cutoffs. Okay, hope that is very much clear to all of you. Okay. Right, yeah, good evening, Sai Vikas. So I'm telling you, Hussain, exam date, as I mentioned also, they have not clearly mentioned, but nowhere before September I expect, September or later. Okay, some mid-September or later, that's what I expect. Okay, now, you know, sometimes depending on the activities going on in company, they don't put up any fixed date, but mid-September or later. So be, you know, at least be ready till, you know, in the next 2 months. You have July, you have August. Exam most likely 99% will not should not happen in these 2 months. So take a target, at least 2 months you have. Okay, and I think it is enough to revise these 6 subjects. Na? Electrical, what is there? Only these 6 subjects are there. What is there? Only 6 subjects. Of course, they are the big subjects. I mean, they are core subjects, especially machines, power system, power electronics. They are time consuming for electrical. But yeah, you have time. You revise your notes. Again and again, I am repeating here in this exam, especially in technical, your notes revision is important. If you recall each and every concept, many questions will be tick mark. Okay, many questions will be tick mark. Right. Manikanta, I'll check. You know, numbers usually I don't recall that easily. Okay, it was I think 27, 28 only, but I'll check in. You can ask me in Telegram, or you can check the detailed notification. It is available in the HPCL website. In the HPCL website. Okay. Or I'll check it and you can ask me in Telegram what is there. Right. Okay, so with cutoff, you know, with, you know, the level of paper I have explained you. Okay, hope the things are crystal clear to you. Okay, also let me tell you some crucial information. Okay, yes, okay, for GATE 2026 aspirants, okay, willing to dedicatedly prepare for GATE, okay, and willing to come to Hyderabad to attend our offline batch, so that you study in a competitive atmosphere live in front of the best faculty team of ECW across the nation. So yes, we announced the new batches for GATE. Okay, for EC the new batches starts 30th of June, that is tomorrow. 30th of June, that is tomorrow. And for electrical engineering, as you are able to see, the new batch is going to start on 6th of July. Okay, on 6th of July, right? So, you know, the fee for offline is 65,999, but currently it has been priced at 54,999 plus GST. Okay, and there are some additional discounts which are mentioned. And for any more details, you can immediately contact 95156 94053, or you can visit our website. Okay, in case by any chance you think that you cannot travel to Hyderabad, okay, and still want the same content to be taught by the same best ECW faculty team, okay, in a live manner, so that you can interact through chat box, if not physically, but you can interact through chat box. Immediately you can get your doubts rectified. So you can also join our live course. okay, the GATE Life course. And for the GATE Life course, okay, a mega OHM scholarship test is announced on the 10th of July. Yes guys, on the coming 10th of July, okay, we have announced, okay, a OHM online scholarship test. Okay, the syllabus for EC and EE respectively mentioned. We'll make a separate video and give you the complete information, but yeah, everything is there in front of you, where the top 3 aspirants will also get 100% scholarship. Yes dear, the top 3 aspirants will get 100% scholarship, and based on your rank, the scholarships will be offered, which is clearly, written in front of you, okay, so be ready, 10th of July at 6:30 p.m. okay, sorry, it's 20th of July. I'm so sorry. I'll take back my words. I'm so sorry. It is 20th of July. It is 20th of July, 6:30 p.m. The scholarship test is going to be conducted. Okay, so enough time. And fundamental subjects, you can see the subjects. Okay, 2 subjects are aptitude and maths. Okay, and another subject is network. Okay, in EC syllabus we call it as network, in EE syllabus we call it as circuits. Okay, but yeah, both same subjects. And then one basic core subject. Okay, like for electrical it is machines. Okay, that too only DC machines, not the entire machines, because you study 4 types of machines. And for EC it is EDC. Okay, this is the fundamental syllabus. Okay, and the attractive discounts you get based on your performance, and the top 3 rankers will get flat 100% scholarship, right? All right. Okay, in case if you are preparing for the AE examinations, that is AP Transco Discoms, Telangana Transco Discoms, the new batch, okay, for AE starts July 2nd. Okay, July 2nd. Again, for any more details about this course, you can contact 95156 94053. Okay, so that is the information from my side about the HPCL and the preparation strategy. Okay. Vinita, I'm telling you mid-September or later. I told many times about exam date, mid-September or later, but not before that. Okay. Okay, dear. All right, guys. Yeah. So, any more queries, you can let me know. This is the information from my side about HPCL. Okay, as I mentioned in the beginning of the session, we'll talk about selection process. I have made that clear. We'll talk about exam pattern. We have seen that. We'll talk about syllabus. I've given you the syllabus for both aptitude as well as the electrical engineering technical syllabus. I have given you the previous year cutoff data 2024 and 2023 with the vacancies. Okay, the cutoffs has been discussed. How to get the previous year papers and what is the importance of previous year papers, I have given you that also. And what is the preparation strategy, many times I have repeated in the session. Okay, so if you follow that, I don't think it's going to be a difficult time cracking this particular examination, right? Okay, so yeah, hope you have got useful information from this session. And yes, if you have got useful information from this session and if you liked it, do not forget to hit the like button on the YouTube. And if you want to attend more such sessions without any miss, do not forget to subscribe the OHM Institute YouTube channel, because any sessions with respect to GATE, ISRO, engineering services, HPCL, you will be regularly getting important sessions with respect to the examinations. Not only these general sessions, but also the practice sessions also are continuously happening on our channel. So stay subscribed and enjoy learning for the GATE, HPCL, ISRO, engineering services and all technical related examinations, right? Of course, for state AE examinations also. Okay, dear. So bye bye. This is Rakesh Talreja signing off. See you in another session. Thank you. Stay safe and take care of yourself.